Hi gorgeous, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to say welcome to you. My name is Zabrena. I make videos like this every Friday focusing on drugstore products, so please subscribe to be notified of new videos in the future. In today's video, I am putting the new L'Oreal and Maybelline color correcting and concealing palettes to the test. I'll be showing you an in-depth application, giving you my thoughts as we go along, and I'll let you know, are these worth getting, or should you skip them altogether? Up close, this is what they look like. This is the Maybelline Master Camo Correcting Palette, and I got the shade Light. And included in here is a brush to apply the product, which is smart. And I say that because if you look at the L'Oreal versions, which this is the color correcting palette. Let's see if I can open this for you. You'll see that they included a sponge over here, which to me is not the most ideal way for applying a color corrector, but we'll try it out. And then finally, the L'Oreal Infallible Concealing Palette with the same sponge included for application. I'm gonna kick things off with the Maybelline Concealing Palette, and I'll use it on this half of my face with the little brush that they've included. I'm gonna be using the green to conceal redness around my face and the yellow to conceal my purple under eye circles. If you had blue under eye circles, you'd wanna use peach tones. Okay, so right off the bat, the brush is really flimsy for picking up product, so I don't know how long this is going to last before I get frustrated and just use one of my own brushes to apply it. We'll go ahead and blend that in with the other side of the brush that they've included here and see how that does. I'm not liking the application with this little brush that they've included. I'm gonna take this off and try it with one of my own brushes, see if it's different, because if you can see closely, it's rather patchy on my face with using this brush, and I don't wanna say I don't like it because it may be just the brush. Take two. All right, we'll try this again. I don't recommend using the brush that Maybelline included with the package. It just didn't look that great. So I'm first going to apply it over the red areas again like I did before. A lot of redness to cover. Woo! And I'm going to use the e.l.f. concealer brush to blend this in. Usually this is a really great brush for blending concealer, color correctors, etc. Case in point, the e.l.f. brush did do a much better job of blending the product in, and it doesn't look as patchy as it did before, so it was definitely a brush problem. We'll see how the foundation covers that up. Next, I'll take the yellow color corrector here, and I'm noticing that, oops, these are rather hard when you first go into them with the brush. They soften up after you've rubbed the brush in a little bit, but they are hard initially. And I'll apply the yellow under my eyes and blend that in with the e.l.f. brush again. Now, this is not really a yellow shade though. It doesn't go on yellow like most yellow color correctors tend to look. This looks more like a highlight to me, but it looks like it's sitting on top of the skin. If you look real closely underneath my eye right there, I don't know. Okay, let's see how the L'Oreal side compares. We'll do it the same way. I'm taking the little sponge that they included here. I'm gonna dab it into the green and apply this onto the red areas of my face. That was a fail too. I got too much on the sponge, I think. But even still, I don't like the sponge application. So both of these palettes, I would say, skip the little applicator tools that they include with the palettes because they don't do that great of a job. And back to the brush application we go. Compared to the Maybelline color correcting palette, the color correctors in the L'Oreal palette are much creamier by comparison when you first dip the brush into them. You ever feel like you just need to cover your whole face in color corrector sometimes? Yeah. Okay, so compared to the Maybelline side over here, I feel like the L'Oreal one is sticking to my pores, specifically right in this area. It's HD, so you should be able to see this stuff. All right, but we're not giving up yet. Okay, we're gonna go in with the yellow here and do the same thing underneath the eyes. There, right there. And see, this is more yellow. That's what I'm accustomed to seeing compared to the Maybelline yellow we applied on this side. It does make a difference too, because if you have more of a muted yellow, it won't work as well at canceling out under eye circles. Canceled everything out much better than the Maybelline side actually, because you can still see some of my purple circles poking through underneath there, but it's sitting on top of the skin. But let's try the concealers in this palette. For the Maybelline side, I'm going to use this one right here to go over the color corrector. This time I'm going to use a beauty blending or makeup sponge, whatever you want to call that silly thing, to blend this in and see if that makes a difference. And then we'll take the L'Oreal shade here and apply it under this eye. Noticeable difference between the two. This one's more peach, whereas this one's more yellow based. Okay, I'm still not really caring for this, even blending it in with a makeup sponge. It's still sitting on top of the skin right in this area underneath my eye. Let's try the Maybelline side over here. I'm not really caring for it on this side either in terms of blending it in with the makeup sponge. It just... Well, haven't given up yet. I'm gonna apply a foundation over the top of the green color corrector and we'll see what that does. Okay, I know I'm a pasty princess and all that, but this is just ridiculous. I used the new Infallible Total Cover Foundation to go over the color correctors on both sides of my face, and I just feel like my face is white. What I will tell you is that on the L'Oreal side, the products blended in much better once I applied the foundation over the top, but on the Maybelline side, they're still sitting on top of the skin and you can still see them even though I applied the foundation over the top. So I'm not too happy with that. All right, so after applying a foundation, powder, and blush, the green color correctors on both sides of my face has blended in nicely and they're not sitting on top of the skin anymore like I felt like they were before. But if you look underneath my eyes, it looks cakey and it's still sitting on top of the skin, noticeably. Ugh. Overall, I just cannot recommend these products to you. I felt like they missed the mark with these. And if you're looking for a better drugstore color corrector, check out the NYX line. I've not been disappointed in any of theirs. And if you can afford to spend a few dollars more, I highly recommend checking out Graftobian's line of cream color correctors. Those are my go-tos, and they are in the drugstore price range at about $10, I believe. And I'll have the website listed below where I buy mine. Not affiliated, I just really, really love them. They blend in easily. I don't even have to apply foundation or concealer over the top because they just blend in so nicely. But let me know what you thought about these based off of today's video, or if you've picked them up and tried them yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you again next time. Today I am putting let's mess that right on up, why don't we?